A tenant is upset because their landlord won't accept rental assistance. I'm Tony, and this is Real Estate Investing and Landlord News. Alright, so I have an interesting article for you today, and it's coming out of my home state of Kansas. And it's all about a tenant who can't believe that their landlord wouldn't accept free money, the rental assistance. But before I get into that article, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Maybe leave a comment down below, and I'll work to keep bringing you great articles about the eviction moratorium and other news that's of interest to landlords. So, this article comes from KMBC.com, and it says, "Renters upset. Landlords won't accept stimulus rent money." Yeah, I've gone over many different reasons why landlords have decided to turn down rental assistance, and, the problem I have is that a lot of the times they don't actually talk to the landlords about their reasoning behind not accepting the rental assistance. Instead, they just make assumptions as though the landlord is crazy or something. And that's exactly what this article does, but I still find it quite insightful into what they think that we are thinking. Eviction notices are stacking up for Barbara Ridgenall at her Shawnee apartment complex. "I'm still behind on so many things," she said. Ridgenall has lived in her complex for 4 years. She is without a job due to the pandemic. She applied to a federal stimulus program administered through a Kansas state agency to help pay her rent, but she said her property manager will not accept it. He said, "It's too many strings attached," Ridgenall said. "What are the strings attached when you're getting free money?" Well, there's quite a few little strings attached. The first thing is a lot of the programs, I don't know about the state of Kansas, but a lot of the programs are stipulating that if you accept the money as a landlord, then you can't remove that tenant, okay? And a lot of the landlords just want to get rid of the tenants after a while because, the issue doesn't necessarily have to do with the pandemic. It becomes an issue of this tenant specifically is unwilling to pay. So even if they get their get that income coming back in, then, from the rental assistance, then they still wouldn't be able to get rid of this problem tenant. And that becomes an issue further on into the future. And so, that's a pretty big one for a lot of the landlords I've spoken to. Other landlords have had personal issues where they need to clear the property out, or maybe they're trying to improve the property, for sale or for whatever reason. The landlord has the right to turn the rental assistance down, and they shouldn't be questioned on it as though they're like crazy or something. And I apologize that I'm being very blunt, but a lot of people don't understand our perspective, okay? KMBC 9 Investigates reached out to the property manager. A worker at the complex said the manager was off on the federal holiday. We're waiting to hear back. The federal eviction moratorium is scheduled to end July 31st. That means thousands of people, like Ridgenall, could face tough choices on where to live next if their landlords won't accept rental assistance. "We're definitely hearing a lot about people having difficulties with rental assistance applications," said Vince Munoz, an organizer with Rent Zero Kansas. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there having difficulties, okay? And even for the landlords who want to participate and are able to get the tenants to participate, that doesn't mean that they're able to actually get the money quickly, okay? And that's what my main issue is right there. For those who want to participate, we have to get the money to them as quickly as possible. Otherwise, they're going to be put in financial ruin. And it is not free to keep a tenant in a property for a long period of time. Now, I know this lady in this article, she says that she has been without a job since the pandemic, but, it's been a year and a half, okay? Almost a year and a half since all of this began. And it's hard to believe that, especially in Kansas and here in the Midwest, where the job markets, they're not weak here. Okay, there's still plenty of hiring going on. There's plenty of opportunities for jobs. So what's the deal behind you not being able to get anything to your landlord, okay? And that might be the real reason why this landlord doesn't want to accept any rental assistance for you, because they'd be stuck with you knowing that you're not a tenant who's going to be paying in the future. Landlords can arbitrarily deny rental assistance for whatever reason they want with no justification, Munoz said. Multiple rental assistance programs in Kansas and Missouri require landlords to fill out paperwork and receive rental assistance on behalf of the tenant. Rent Zero has recently advocated for direct rental assistance to tenants. Horrible idea. Direct rental assistance to tenants is a horrible idea. Okay, that's a easy way to guarantee that every tenant imaginable will try to scam the system. Imagine that. Okay, we're basically going to pay you the rent directly. Oh, by the way, the eviction moratorium is still in place, so you can't be kicked out of your place yet. So you're just going to get thousands upon thousands of dollars. And who's to say that you just don't skip out and don't give the landlord anything? I mean, advocating for direct rental assistance to tenants that's a fool's game. Okay, that's just going to be a straight scam. You know, they're worried right now that landlords are going to try to scam, and I guarantee it would be 10 times worse if the tenants were able to get the rental assistance directly, okay? That is something Ridgenall would gladly welcome. Of course she would welcome that. I'm in survival mode at this point, Ridgenall said. If your landlord is not accepting federal stimulus rental assistance, we want to know about it so we can uncover deeper problems with this program. Yeah, so I guess this news channel is going to investigate, and maybe they should just actually talk to landlords and figure out why exactly we don't want to accept the rental assistance. I mean, that's all it would really take, is just to actually talk to us. They didn't talk to us when they put these rental assistance programs in place. They didn't talk to us when they created the rules for these programs. And now they don't want to talk to us when they're trying to figure out why we don't want to accept it. Okay? Communication would solve so many problems. Okay? It would. And I get so frustrated with all of this because we're left out and we're just left trying to put the pieces of the legislation or the rules that they threw together, make them work. We're trying to make them work, and it's just, sometimes it's impossible and we don't even want to deal with it. And that's why they really need to come and talk to us before they put any more of this stuff into play, because we're the ones who are completely responsible for making sure that those tenants have somewhere to live.